Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to continue our SEO series for beginners. And basically, up until now, what we've done is configured our pages and the architecture for the pages. The blog archive page, the single blog page, your author page, and your category or silo page. Now, we want to focus on what the search engines will see when they visit your pages. So that's where our SEO plugins will come in. And there are a bunch of plugins that you can use. They all do the same thing. There is really nothing to it because everything is happening in the back end. So it's more preference of which one you like, and maybe one or two of features or functionalities that are going to be different. But majority of them are going to do the same thing because in the back end, that is what needs to happen no matter which plugin you use, and that is convey to the search engines the right information that they're looking for. So the title, the meta tag, the descriptions. So first, let me actually go over to the WordPress.org. So for beginners, this might be a little bit of a confusion where sometimes when you're talking about WordPress, you're going to type in WordPress.com, which is not the same as WordPress.org. .org is where you get the open source version. .com is the commercial version of that where they provide you the hosting and everything. So we're on the .org. We'll go to plugins. And here we'll just do SEO search. And the reason I went to the website this time, rather than go from within our website, is just to show you that this website can be very helpful when you're doing research, when you're looking for plugins and themes and help. If you run into issues, you can look into that. So when I typed in SEO, again, under downloads and plugins, you see Yoast, SEO, 5 million, all-in-one, 3 million, RankMath, 1 million, SEOPress, 200,000. This is probably one of the oldest SEO plugins that I'm aware of, so it's a very popular. The one that I have been using for some time now is SEOPress. This is a much newer plugin, but in terms of features and functionality, I think they've pretty much caught up, if not gone past what Yoast SEO does. So that's my personal preference. Again, you're free to research Yoast. I believe this one, RankMath, I haven't used it personally, but if a client has it, we'll work with that. But RankMath is also very popular in the community, but we'll stick with SEOPress. So with that said, let's go into our website. Again, we'll go to the dashboard. And if I go to plugins, add new, and I'll do the same search just to show you that the data that you're seeing inside of your WordPress itself and you're doing the search, you're getting the same information when you go to the website. So it's actually the same thing. It's just more convenient while you're already logged in. In this case, we'll install SEOPress. Let's activate the plugin. Now that part is done, let's go into our settings. So this takes you to the wizard to set up your plugin configuration. Before I jump into that, I actually want to go over to the search engine and I want to search for something. Let's say WordPress SEO. That's our keyword. And I want you to understand what it is that we're trying to achieve with the SEO plugin. So on the search page, you're seeing a list of websites and URLs that Google is showing us based on our search. Again, nothing crazy here. We're all used to doing this every single day. But what's important to realize is that there are pieces of information that are consistently displayed across all of these listings. So you have the URL, you have the title, you have the description, the rating if one is available, and in this one you have the URL, title, description. There is no rating under this one. Okay, since this website has a rating functionality, that's why it's pulling in the ratings directly from the website. We're not seeing that. This one directly from the website, but they also have ratings. So depending on how you set up your website, you're able to feed this information into Google so that it can display it where it thinks it will work out. So RankMath, they have it configured to show the ratings from their own website. All right, so again, these are the four main things that we're focusing on. Now, if we go back to our dashboard and start the configuration process for SEOPress, it's going to take you through the different steps. We'll actually go through all of these. Configure press, next step. It's asking us if we already have a plugin that we want to, if we're switching over from any of these plugins, it will try to import all of that content. We don't have that, so we could just click on next. And here, this is the basic information that you want to configure here. So leave that as default. Site title. So if we, I'll actually show you, open up a new tab. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to the admin. Again, I'm just showing you some of the configuration settings that you need to be aware of. Remember, I think in my very first settings video, I was showing the site title. So we're under settings and general setting. This is your title. This is your tagline. And here, this plugin is using your site title as a placeholder. So whatever you put in over here will automatically get filled in over here. So if I were to go change this to something else, this will get updated here. So we want to leave that as is. Alternate site, don't need to do that. Is this a person or an organization? Organization, and then let's see your company name. Okay, and then here you want to update the logo. I'm going to skip it for now. So the next step brought us over to your social links, and this is something that you do want to fill out. Again, it's going to be helpful for you to fill out all of these links if you have them configured, and if you don't have them, do set up your social profiles, because it is a strong indicator to Google to get the big picture about your organization. The Google AI is going to be able to put together your whole organization within their search and say, okay, this website belongs to this Facebook page, belongs to this Twitter page, and whatnot, right? So you want to fill this in together as best as you can to help the search bots. All right, so I'm going to skip that for now. This one is important here. So for which single post types should indexing be disabled? So you want search engines to index everything except certain things that are not important. Because if you have, let's say, 10 pages that are important, and you have another 10 pages that are not important, and they're all getting indexed, your overall site quality is going to get impacted, because you have 10 junk pages, like the login page or password reset page. you probably don't want that index because it adds no real value. You don't want people searching for your login page. They come to your website and then they find the login page, right? So in this case, landing pages is a functionality that is coming from our Elementor plugin. It gives you the ability, besides the default pages and posts and media that comes with WordPress, the Elementor plugin is adding the landing pages. So it's enhancing your WordPress instance with these additional landing pages. And usually you don't want your landing pages to be indexed. So we're going to turn that off. So only posts and pages need to be searchable or indexable by the search engines. For which post type archive, so like your single blog page is listed on your blog list, the list page is called the archive page. So similar to that, you have the landing pages and then the archive page for your landing pages. Again, the concept is the same for blog post categories. The category page itself is an archive page. So we don't want that indexed either. And from your blog, categories are the most important ones. Tags, I would say depends. For now, I would turn it off. I think majority of the time you don't need this. This is more for, you should be using tags more for internal organization. And if you have a bigger site, where you have 100, 200 articles and you plan on using tags, then maybe it's worth it at that time. For majority of the time, I think for most businesses, you probably don't need that indexed. You can still use it, you just don't want it indexed. So here's an option to remove category in the permalink. That might be something to consider. I tend to leave it as is. It's probably not a bad idea to remove it because that's just taking up additional characters within your URL. So maybe you just say, shorten it and just call it cat, and then you have a little bit more space. For now, we'll just leave it as is, right? Save and continue. Improve your workflow with the universal SEO meta box. So this is user interface enhancement. So if I enable this, it will start showing SEOPress icon bubble on the pages so I can configure things easily. I'm going to turn that on just to show you guys what it will do. And this is premium feature. This is kind of tricky. You got to click here to skip this step. I wish they would just add it here, skip. Again, this is skip this step. And you're done. So we can visit the dashboard or we can review the settings. I'm just going to go to the dashboard and go back to the SEOPress dashboard now, because I want to show you like actual step-by-step what we need to be looking at. So dashboard, we can dismiss this because we've gone through the wizard. Titles and metas. Again, it's taken us through the same process. Now, if you want to change something up, this is where you would go and change it after we've gone through the whole visit setup, right? So taxonomies, again, category, we want it enabled. Tags, this is more for the display. Do not display this taxonomy archive in the search engine. So this is the configuration that we did during the visit, right? And in the advanced tab, you have these options here that you can review. I usually don't make any changes here. So unless you have a specific thing that you're trying to solve and you come into that need, then you can go in and do that. XML sitemap, it's our next tab here. And This is the URL where all your pages are going to be displayed. So the search engines will come to this page, and then based on your configuration, this plugin is creating 4 additional pages where posts are listed. I'm going to open that in the new tab. Here are all our posts. Pages will be on another page, categories on another page, tags on another page. I thought I had this turned off. Okay. Skip that for now. Enable XML sitemap, enable XML image. So you want to enable the author sitemap, and you also want to enable the HTML sitemap. Again, once you have the author page properly configured, this is going to help. And then the HTML sitemap is supposed to help your search engine bot recognizing the links. So we'll just turn that on. We'll leave those, pretty much everything enabled here. Social, if you have your phone number, definitely add that there. Social accounts, the Facebook open graph and the Twitter card. I believe I would need to do a separate video on that to explain how that actually works. All right. And I think that pretty much covers your SEO settings. So now let's go over to our website. I'm going to go to the blog page. Let's go to this page here. This is the UI setting within SEOPress where we enabled the new UI. So it just gives you a pop-up modal. I think it's a little bit easier to remember that you need to configure your SEO. So what this plugin is doing right now is, by default, the defaults are in general good enough, right? But you want the ability to customize your content for SEO as needed. So what this plugin allows you to do that. So by default, it's taking your page title and it's taking the text from your body of the content and providing that to Google for SEO purposes. But this might not be the ideal description. If you want to update that, this is more custom text for SEO. If I were to do that, then I've configured this page with this title and this customized text. Where does this display? If we go back to our search page, this is the description that is getting displayed. So your whole page can have completely different text. Like in this page, you have your text starting right here, but our custom description for SEO is completely different. So that's the power of having your SEO plugin and being able to show something different or more concise on the search results pages. That is your SEO in a nutshell. Basically, every single page you want to have custom, or at least have it reviewed. Now, there are going to be some pages that you don't want the search engine to index. So let's go back to our dashboard. Let's go to the pages section. And let's say our privacy page, we don't want that to be indexed because it doesn't really add value. So I can click on quick edit. And now, because we have the plugin, we can customize the same title and description here. And we can also do not display this page in search engine results. So that's one way to save that and just tell the search engines that we don't want this index. So here's an indicator showing that SEOPress present this to Google bots or Bing bots or whatever to not index it. So that's that. If you were on a specific page, I'm going to go back to the post. Again, there are multiple ways to configure the same setting. Here, I'm on a different blog post in this case, and this pop-up has come up. I'm going to click on that. I can click on advanced here and do the same. Do not display this page in the search engine results. If I save that, we're going to tell Google not to index it, and Google will respect that. So that is your SEO settings, very basic. If you have a retail business, you can put your Google My Business listing information. You can put your coordinates for your location. You can even put your business hours. All of that information should be I believe that is part of the pro version of the plugin, because I'm so used to seeing that. I didn't see it in the free version, and I thought I was missing out on it. So we'll leave this GMB configuration, the business location, the business hours, and some additional functionalities like redirections and whatnot for another video. I think for a basic setup, this is more than enough for you to get started. So you have your SEO plugin and you have the structure ready. The only thing missing now is the content, and we'll review that in our next video. Search keywords, how to do that, how to plan your SEO for your website, how to categorize your content, or how to figure out what to write about. Majority of the time, you will hear that you need to start with the keyword research and then go into, like how you're going to build out your pages and whatnot. We've actually started the other way around. We configured our pages, we configured our SEO plugin. Now we're just ready to do keyword research and start writing content, and everything should be in place to do the optimization on its own. Right? So that's just another way to do it. I think this is much more efficient because these are simple things that you can knock out in a day. And then writing content is just going to be like a never-ending process, right? So we'll cover keyword research and basic content planning in our next video. So if you like the video series so far, I really hope you guys will like and subscribe to the channel to help it grow. Talk to you soon. Bye.